One of the strangest verses in the New Testament is found in 1 Peter chapter 4 verses 12 and 13. This verse is a prophecy about the trial or suffering that every Christian or believer will experience in life because you are a partner or follower of Jesus Christ. These trials doesn't just happen once, but will happen at different times of your Christian journey. It doesn't matter your status or position in the body, archbishop, bishop, general overseer, apostle, prophet, pastor, teacher, evangelist, professional, workplace or marketplace operator, or any other field of human endeavor you may be involved in. If you are a true follower of Jesus Christ, you will experience these trials at one point of your journey, especially at critical phases of your life. If you are not conversant with this prophecy and you think the Christian journey is a jolly good ride, when these trials starts with you, you may misconstrue or misinterpret them to be attacks from Satan, the enemy, or your detractors. It pays you to be abreast with these prophetic trials so that you don't think it's strange or unusual when you begin to experience these trials. This is how I'd like to welcome you to the Wise Master Builder TV broadcast. This is the broadcast from the Wise Master Builder Ministry. Now, let me read the scripture to you as found in 1 Peter chapter 4 verses 12 to 13. It says, "Beloved, do not think it strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened to you, but rejoice to the extent that you partake of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory is revealed, you may be glad with exceeding joy." Now, dear child of God, pay keen attention at this point. There are 4 dimensions to these trials, and all 4 dimensions are very significant in God's program for your life. Let me list the 4 trials before I expand on each of them for your benefit. Number 1, trial of affliction. Number 2, trial of cruel mockings and scourgings. Number 3, trial of your faith. Number 4, trial by fire. Let me expatiate on the first trial. Number 1, trial of affliction. This is found in 2 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 2. How that in a great trial of affliction, the abundance of their joy and their deep poverty abounded unto the riches of their liberality. The trial of affliction is an affliction that comes on a Christian because of inherent weaknesses, secret faults, errors, mistakes or besetting sins they repeatedly commit that runs contrary to God's program for their life and destiny. This inherent weakness, secret fault, error, mistake, or besetting sin, if not dealt with, could potentially jeopardize God's program for the individual on earth and could serve to send the individual to hell. So God enacted the trial of affliction to checkmate these vices in the individuals with a view of creating a new personality worthy of God's service on earth. This was what David referred to in Psalms 119, verses 67 and 71. David said, "Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy word. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes." The trial of affliction is a corrective judgment from God aimed at destroying the stranglehold of the vices listed above in your life to regenerate a new you. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 32 tells us, "But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world." Let's look at the second trial, the trial of cruel mockings and scourgings. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 36. "And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment." The trial of cruel mockings and scourgings is an intense season when tongues rise against you from strange quarters. Even though the scripture declared in Job chapter 5 verse 21, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue." However, you will be strangely exposed to the scourge of the tongues in cruel dimensions. You begin to feel the brunt and the heat of the strife of the tongues, found in Psalms 31 verse 20. The scourge of the tongue, found in Job chapter 5 verse 21. Drawn swords, found in Psalms 55 verse 21. Sharp swords, found in Isaiah chapter 57 verse 4. And piercings of a sword, found in Proverbs chapter 12 verse 18. These are the different cruel dimensions of the strife of the tongue and cruel mockings of wicked and unreasonable men and women that are raised against you during such kind of season. This is the season when Satan will release unreasonable and wicked men against you with false accusations, provocations, incitements, and attacks. The goal of this trial is to provoke and distract you into the realms of offense and ill-advised speaking in retaliation, to anger you into sinning with your mouth. David declared in Psalms 39 verse 1, "I said, I will take heed to my ways. that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle, while the wicked is before me. How did Moses lose his primary assignment with God? He could not handle his season of the strife of the tongues of the men he led in the wilderness. Psalms 106 verse 32 to 33 said, they angered him also at the waters of strife, so that it went ill with Moses for their sakes, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips. This was how or what distracted Moses to strike the rock instead of to speak to the rock. Moses paid the ultimate penalty. God stripped him of the opportunity to lead Israel into the promised land. 2 Chronicles chapter 36 verse 16 tells us that there will come a time when men will mock the messengers of God and despise his words, his work, his business or assignment, and they will misuse his prophets and his assignees on the earth. Let me talk about the third trial, that is trial of your faith. 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 7, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ. The trial of your faith is the specialized and customized trial tailored to you specifically. Its ultimate purpose is to launch you into the pathway of promotion and elevation in God's kingdom when you pass the trial. There is a divine and consistent process and steps that the trial of your faith follows. This is described in Psalms 66 verses 10 to 12. For thou, O God, hast proved us. Thou hast tried us as silver is tried. Thou broughtest us into the net. Thou laidst affliction upon our loins. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water, but thou brought us out into a worthy place. The worthy place is the place of fulfillment. This is exactly the processes that David went through, from each step to the next step to the next step, till David was crowned as the king of the nation of Israel. The same applies to you, my brother. The same applies to me. Let me talk about the fourth and the final trial. That is trial by fire. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 13. Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Trial by fire is the trial that tests the quality and integrity of the character of a Christian or a Christian leader in the workplace, in the ministry place, or in the marketplace. This trial is also the litmus test that every minister, workplace, or marketplace practitioner's work, ministry, undertaking, or business will need to pass before you can be elevated to the next level on earth. If the strength, quality, effectiveness, and efficiency of your work or character is low, it will crumble under the weight of the test. Conversely, if the strength, quality, effectiveness, and efficiency of your work or character is high and solid, it will rise above the weight of the test. Men like Joseph, David, Job, Samson, Moses, and Elijah experienced these tests in their calling and assignment. Joseph, David, Job passed their trials, while Samson, Moses, and Elijah failed their tests. This trial is very intensive and excruciating. You can experience it physically, mentally, or spiritually. Some people, because of the degree of their assignment and calling, experience all three dimensions in their lives. Zechariah chapter 13 verse 9 says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God." Isaiah chapter 48 verse 10. "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction." As I round off this life transforming message, I want you to know that Jesus experienced all four dimensions of trials while on earth, and he secured the victory for you. These trials are the believer's pathway to kingdom exploits on earth. This message is designed to bring to your consciousness the operations of these trials for every believer on earth. No one, I repeat, no one is exempted. This is why you must engage in an intensive regimen of mental and spiritual program of deep study of the word and praying in the spirit regularly. Expand the frontiers of your service to God. Allow the character building fruit of the spirit gain ascendancy in your life. These are the tools you need to surmount the seasons of the fiery trials. If you like and appreciate messages like this, subscribe to this ministry and to this channel on YouTube. Every Monday when a new message is released, YouTube will quickly notify you. As a believer who is called to share the gospel, and the good news. You've just received a good news. Don't let this gospel remain with you. That is selfish. That is not the assignment of Jesus for the last days to you. That is why it is important for you to share this message. It doesn't cost you anything. Just click the share button and share to every area where you have influence. People on your list, people you follow, people that follow you. Let this message get to as many people that it will change. You never know who this message will be a blessing to. There are many people across the world, across this nation, that are experiencing one or two, or perhaps all of these trials in their life right now. So share this message to bless them. Thank you so much. If you need any answers or you have any questions, perhaps clarifications, leave it on the comment box and I will do well to respond to you. Click the notification bell. God bless you. It has been God's servant to the marketplace, Apostle and Coach John Ifetobo, saying to you, remain blessed.